This is Geoffrey and this is Antony's Rome Part 1. It's the campaign of which you already seen 7 battles, and the campaign starts with war being declared at Lepidus, Rome. Our allies, our many vassals, join us in this war, and ironically Lepidus, Rome breaks their alliance with Octavian. Our spy is active in North Africa. We are making a trade with Thrace. At this time, Mark Antony sailed down to Cyrenica to campaign in Africa. And you can see here our province of Cyrene near Egypt. Enemies of Egypt are active. We have a war of spies, trying to control an enemy spy called Tapia or Hila or something. We are Romanizing our dominions and building a few ships to hold our enemies at bay. Media has been destroyed. There's some building going on in Antioch and Cyrene, and the people in Cyrene are happy with our policy of building up their province and bringing in armies. There's some unusual event, I can't remember what that was about, and finally this enemy agent Tapia Rutila, a enemy spy, joins our ranks. It's been acquired. Our enemies attack Tyrus and take it, so we lose Tyrus early in the campaign. So we lost also trade with Judea. Nonetheless, Tyrus was taken back. Here's the enemy army. I can't remember. It was an eastern faction, I think, by Palmyra. So here's a distraction of the garrison army of Tyrus. And of course the garrison fleet of Tyrus has been destroyed as well. Our local general Bassus is gaining notoriety. He is strengthening his army, ready to campaign to take back Tyrus. An edict is issued for commercial stimulation of Asia Minor. We are building a fleet to protect Cyrene from Lepidus, Rome. The Senate wants Macomades in Africa. We are making a trade agreement with Iazyges. In the meantime, our enemies in Asia are attacking our provinces in the direction of Antioch, and an army, Legio II Augusta, is sent to intercept them after taking back Tyrus, I think. The army is an army of Palmyra, and a glorious battle ensued at this point that I have not yet posted. It was the biggest battle in the early part of the campaign, and here it is. So Palmyra has 3 armies. We are vastly numerically outnumbered, but we have quality, and we are Romans. And so the Roman legion marches forward with light velites, I think, at the front, or maybe levies, and the legionnaires follow. In fact, the vigiles follow, and then the legionnaires in cohorts. The enemy has 3 armies, one large army here at the front, a second army coming as reinforcements here, and we're outnumbered nearly 2 to 1. So here's the main Palmyra army. Our cavalry in the distance is skirmishing in front of the infantry to protect from enemy cavalry attacks, while our infantry is slowly marching to deploy in front of the Palmyra army. So here's the cavalry at the front, and the legionaries are slowly taking position. Some light spearmen, vigilers, or perhaps mercenaries, auxiliaries are already deployed, and the legionaries are slowly approaching. The cavalry, having performed the role well, now they are moving to the flanks. These cavalry is moving to the left flank. Yes, we just see now general there at the center. Our enemy is still gathering its army, so it's slow in deploying. However, they're too far away to attack them and surprise them while they're marching. The cavalry, however, makes some skirmishing attacks to disorganize them. Here are vigilers protecting our levies at the front. Our cavalry retreats to the rear as the legionaries move forward, and the battle begins at last. Our legionaries move forward to engage the enemy spearmen. In doing so, our deployment has been disrupted. The cohorts the flanks are still properly deployed, but at the center, the engaged with the enemy spearmen deployment is a little bit disrupted. So the actual fighting was short as usual. Here our cavalry on the right is skirmishing, and also in the center we have some cavalry skirmishing. Here's the main fighting on the main line. Some cavalry has mixed up with the enemy spearmen. They are caught in melee. They have no hope. They are mainly missile units, so they have no hope really in melee. The legionaries are just butchering the enemy spearmen. Yeah, some of them are moving off to our right flank to fend off the cavalry attack. Some of our equites have engaged the enemy units who are at breaking point at this point. So I think those units already broke. These guns are breaking as well, and our enemy is in full retreat. So the actual fighting lasted just a couple of minutes. So our enemy is fleeing. Palmyra has been defeated. It is crazy how short Rome 2 battles are. Our first cohort was on the left flank, and they didn't even get to fight. The battle was so quick. They didn't even get to engage anyone. And so here they are chasing some enemy routing units, and an enemy spearman unit attempts to flank them, but they turn around just in time and charge them on their charge. Attack them on their charge, and so the spearmen are now caught in melee and they are sprang out. They have no chance. They are mixed up with the legionaries. and among them also some enemy light missile units, and they just break, and they are so exhausted from all that running around and walking around and redeploying that they are being cut down by the legionnaires of the first cohort. It's just a massacre. And here's the end result. We lost about 280 men. The enemy lost about 10 times as many. This is how ridiculous the AI is in fighting with spearmen against legionnaires. So here's the end result.
You have further orders?
And an increase in rank for our glorious General Bassus. A little bit of a construction in Sparta and somewhere else. There was at the time then an attack on Palmyra that was left without armies, since they had been defeated in the field, and Palmyra was won easily. There's building up of Thapsacus, Dyrrhachium, Tarsus, and so on, Cyrene, Palmyra, of course. And Palmyra is destroyed as a faction. Both Dura, Europos, and Palmyra are captured. Thapsacus, however, is taken by the enemy. They're taken by Bactria. There was then a battle against Parthia, not Bactria. And the battle was won. It was a similar battle to the one you just saw. And Dura was taken back. Eventually, also Thapsacus was taken back. And Bassus gains rank. And here is a battle somewhere in the east, I think, around Palmyra. There were constant attacks in that area. Here's a summary of our faction, our glorious leader, Marcus Antonius. Here a map of our empire. Here it's more clear to see. So in light blue are our vassals, and in green here is the public order. We are controlling the province of Palmyra, and our wealthiest province is Athens. In the east, Mark Antony was campaigning in Cyrene. In the south, in Africa. Here we are controlling Palmyra. I think this is what this event is about. So Mark Antony was campaigning in Africa to protect Egypt that was being attacked by Garamantia and Macomades and some desert peoples. And here it is, Garamantia is attacking Egypt. And so this forced Mark Antony to campaign in Africa. Yes, Nasamones. So Nasamones and Garamantia were constantly pestering Egypt at this point. And so we set an attack point on one of their armies that had taken, that was approaching Alexandria. They had taken Giza or some place around there. In the meantime, Mark Antony marches south, or maybe another legion, I can't remember, marched south to cut off those desert peoples from Egypt so that they would stop attacking Egypt. And so Palmyra is now under our control, and it's part of our victory conditions. Here is an attack on Marcomedes that was being controlled by Lepidus Rome, and it falls in the hands of Mark Antony. So Legio 6 Rapex is doing well in Africa, and there was an attack by a fleet of Lepidus on Cyrene. They were defeated, and here is a battle somewhere in Asia, somewhere near Palmyra also. I think this is the battle you have seen already. It's the first battle I have posted from this campaign, near Ctesiphon. Yes, it is Ctesiphon. And it was the battle that caused the defeat of the armies that had gathered around Ctesiphon. It was Parthian army and some of their allies. And so we're continuing with our technical progress. Here's a siege now of Ctesiphon. It's being defended by Parthia and one of the allies. They will be defeated, and Ctesiphon will be conquered by Legio 2 Augusta. I don't remember what that event was about. I think we're about to declare war on Octavian's Rome. I was just checking something. Or maybe I am declaring war on Octavian's Rome. So Tapia Rutila is doing very well. Occasionally she's being caught, but most of the time she's doing well. At this point we landed an army in Brundisium. The army was led by Mark Antony himself. He conquered Brundisium, and now we had a foothold in Italy. Here's in yellow our empire, in light blue our vassals. We're controlling also Ctesiphon. You can see it on the far right. And here is the public order of our provinces. The wealthiest province is Athens. And we are making now an alliance or a peace treaty with Pompey. And more battles in the area of Palmyra. Another victory. It was a similar battle to the ones you've seen already. The enemy had a lot of spearmen and some cavalry. They were easily defeated. Here's the end result of that battle. And Ctesiphon is ours, but Parthia has taken Hatra and Edessa, unfortunately, that were previously controlled by Armenia, so that now leaves us out on the limb in Ctesiphon. And so you've seen already the Battle of Ctesiphon. Here are a few short clips from that battle. It's battle 1. I have posted it already from this campaign. Here is that hill that Antony's army, Mark Antony's army, will march towards. Here's the cavalry heading for that hill. You've seen some of those scenes already in the battle that I posted. The first battle of the campaign, the Battle of Ctesiphon. Here's our general, Legio 2 Augusta. So the legion is marching towards that hill. And here's our enemy's armies. So I will not show the whole battle. You can see it on that video clip that I've already posted. just the opening moves from that battle. Almost everything is opening moves in Rome 2 battles. The actual battles are over in a flash. And so here's the end result. If you remember, yes, the main army was an army of Kerosene, aided by Parthia, and they were utterly defeated. Ctesiphon comes under siege, and I think this is still Ctesiphon, or maybe this is Hatra or Edessa, one of the other. Yes, it's Hatra. So there was a battle at Hatra, there was a battle at Edessa, because they were lost to Armenia. They were conquered by Parthia. So in an effort to take Parthia's newly conquered territories, we lost in the end Ctesiphon. So here's a glorious leader, Mark Antony. He has taken Beneventum, marching up in Italy, and Octavian, you can see him there, is in Sicily. So here's the loss of Ctesiphon. We were attacked by an overwhelming force. Somehow the garrison or the army that was in Ctesiphon ended up somewhere out in the countryside. I can't remember what happened. And so we fought the battle out, I think, in an effort to divide and conquer, because we were being attacked by several armies, but the plan didn't work. We were vastly outnumbered, and so we were defeated and lost Ctesiphon. It was a strategic loss, because at the same time we conquered Hatra and Edessa. And those two provinces were important, an important first step. They were closer to our territories. They were on the frontier of Syria, so we could protect Syria by controlling Edessa and Hatra, as well as protect Palmyra. They were much more useful than Ctesiphon. And so here our glorious leader is not giving up. He continues fighting after losing his legion. It was a small legion, and he's about to break. He will break, of course. This battle is pointless. So I think at this point he's broken. He acquitted himself well. He caused a lot of casualties. So, even though he was vastly outnumbered. And so Ctesiphon was lost to our leader, our general there, died in battle. And Mesopotamia is, of course, has been newly conquered, so is suffering from low order. And here's the attack on Rome by Mark Antony that I've already shown. It's in one of the video clips I've already posted. And the conquering of Rome. And so the populace of Italia is now inspired. A faction called Quidri is offering a defensive alliance. That's very nice, because they will protect Palmyra from the south. There are more attacks on Egypt, this time by a faction called Polemius. And another attack, I think, on Palmyra by Kerosene. Or Paradine, by Paradine. And we lost, no, it wasn't Palmyra, we lost Dura Europus. We will take it back from Paradine. There was probably a small victory at sea at this point, somewhere near Italy. So he is during the hands of Paradine, and a little bit of building up in Athens and elsewhere. It's been a tribal confederation, various Celtic tribes. And here we are marching an army, Legio 12 Fidelis, towards Dura. There was a battle. We're vastly outnumbered once again, but we conquered. And here is Dura, the plaza of Dura, and the Roman army in it. So Dura has been taken back. We're vastly outnumbered, 2-1. A decisive victory, the enemy has been destroyed. Here's again the strategic situation. Mark Antony is in Italy, he is in Rome at this point. We're controlling Syria, part of Mesopotamia, and Palmyra. Here's Mark Antony in Rome, and there is a peace treaty with Garamantia. Actually, we did not accept it. We rather campaigned against Garamantia because they were at war with Egypt, and of course accepting a peace treaty will cross Egypt, and so we did not accept the peace treaty. Continued campaigning here in Mesopotamia as well as in Africa. And here's an attack on Garamantia, one of their settlements that was taken. Another battle in Italy at Asculum. Asculum was besieged and taken by none less than Mark Antony himself. And so Mark Antony has increased in rank. At this point, Octavian tried to land in Italy, and there was a sea battle. That's the second battle that I've posted from this campaign. And the enemy was defeated. Octavian presumably survived battle, but the enemy fleet was completely destroyed at the loss of just 2 ships. So an entire legion of Octavian was destroyed at sea. And our campaigning in Garamantia continues. And Garamantia has been destroyed. That's what they deserve for attacking our vassals, Egypt. And an enemy army has sneaked into towards Edessa and Antioch. They've been intercepted. Characene, for some reason, have broken their alliance with Parthia. Characene was a vassal of Parthia, but not anymore, for whatever reason. Here's again the strategic situation, the whole map. Edessa comes under attack by an army of Paradine. They will prevail. So in the east there was constant fighting, and it was hard to hold on to our dominions. It was tough in the east. The level is at hard, it's not very hard. But elsewhere we were doing okay. So here we're attacking Leptis Magna, controlled by Lepidus Rome. And of course Leptis Magna was also conquered. And a battle in Consentia. You have seen this battle already. This was the attack of Consentia. This is the third battle I posted from this campaign. We had numerical superiority for a change, and it was an easy battle, but a very beautiful one. You may want to check that video clip. That's battle number 3. Here are a few scenes from that battle. Here's when our enemy is breaking near the end. Here's that glorious scene from the end of the battle in front of the classical, beautiful classical temple. Here's the result of that battle. There were 2, 3, or 4 armies of Octavian, but they were defeated. And more fighting in Asia, in the area of Edessa. Another battle. This one, it was that army of Cardin that had tried to sneak towards Edessa and Antioch. It was intercepted and defeated. Yes, once again the strategic situation, and an attack on Arretium once again by Mark Antony. And Arretium is taken. So we're now controlling all of Latium and all of Italia. There it is. And much of Africa, Libya, thereabouts. So that is the end of this first part of the Let's Play from that campaign. See you in part 2.